Oi, boys, welcome back to another Warriors Career Mode playthrough. We are back with some NRL action here in round 3. So looking at our lineup for today, we've had to make a forced change due to suspension, which is Adam Blair. There's also movement on the bench and movement in the backs, so we'll start off with the back 5. I think our little experiment of Chanel Harris-Tavita, I could continue to play him at fullback just until Tuivasa-Sheck gets back, but I've decided to chuck Hiku in there. I'll admit when I'm wrong, and Harris-Tavita just wasn't effective, or as effective as I thought he'd be at fullback. So Hiku's on, Maumalo, Beal, Herbert and Fusitua close out the back 5. In the halves we've got Harris-Tavita sliding back in the number 6 jersey, Blake Green in the 7. Our front row is Burr, Egan and Armau, and in the back row we got Gatoa, Tohu Harris, and Papali'i will be getting the lock jersey, replacing Adam Blair, who'll be gone for one match. And finally the interchange, we've got Cody Nikorima back on the bench. I think he's more effective there. That forces Lawton out of the squad, and we've got Taunor Brown, Ignatius Pussy and Jackson Frey to round off the bench. Alright, so our opponents for today should be I'm not going to say a walk in the park, but we're going up against a sponsorless Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. Well, their main sponsor at least. Their jerseys look real awkward. They got a decent forward pack. I've always rated their back row, but yeah, even without Harari and Naira, they look pretty decent. Alright, so we are 12 minutes in, looking to muscle our way downfield. And it's Lachlan Burr getting past our 30. Decent little run, gets the bump on one as our halves link up, and there wasn't much on there. We got Blake Green setting up for an inside play, but we'll instead send it down to the corner, looking for a 40-20, and that's a beautiful kick. I just couldn't help myself. I had to take the shot, even though it was on the 3rd, and it'll be all for nothing as we lose it on the first tackle. Man, that's tough. I think that was their new recruit, Luke Thompson. That was just a clean one-on-one hit as the doggies look to spread it down the left edge. Jackson with the post-contact meters getting pulled down on the 50. And it'll be the hitman Luke Thompson making his way into our 40 on the last. Kieran Foran right down the throat of Fusitua as he fins his way past one defender, evades the little ankle tap or little dive, and we will race away here. That's a punishing return from a terrible kick, really, right down the throat of Fusitua, and we end up going somewhat coast to coast for the first try of the game. I love in this away strip. Beautiful work by Cormac capturing the 2020 jersey as we had the extras and got by 6. So after a decent set by the Dogs, we'll be starting our set inside our own 10 as we try to break out through our backs, a little scoot, and Herbert will get smashed on our 20. Another little, that was an accidental chip kick. I hesitated for a split second throwing that cutout pass, double tapping B, and he ended up chipping the ball as we thankfully don't get punished for that mistake. 8 minutes left in the half. See if we can score a little cheesy scrum try play as we almost get away from the pack. A little ankle tap, potentially saving the Bulldogs from another try, but they're not quite out of the woods yet. We still got time to work here, with Harris-Tavita taking it to the line, almost putting Hiku through. That was a beautiful ball. Great running by Chanel Harris-Tavita. And who was that? Taunor Brown, I think, just got hammered in the middle. Another big hit. Tried a little trick play here. Bulldogs not falling for it. I was trying to get Harris to run an inside angle, but he just ran straight to the defender as we decide to run on the last, a little cutout ball, and we will throw an interception. How much time? We got 3 minutes remaining in the half. Bulldogs, can they at least get on the board? A little break here. Terrible defense through the middle. as Chris Smith gets pulled down on the 20. They get right to Foreign to Wateni's Lesniak, and he just makes it look easy, beating one defender, cutting back inside Hiku. And the Bulldogs get on the board after all that attack. That damn AI, I swear it gets me every time, man. That change of direction. Alright, to the halftime stats. One thing's for certain. It'll never be as bad as our first half last week against Melbourne. Our, what was it? Zero completions? Man. The Bulldogs surprisingly holding onto the ball more than us. We've had a few too many errors. Yellow. As we break the line through Hiku, trying to get around their fullback. But Dallin is just too solid at the back. Probably should have went for that change of direction cheese. A little offload, looked fairly flat, almost forward, but it wasn't forward. As we go for a little scoot, send it out to Fusi Tua on the wing. It looked free. It looked free on the edge. 2 tackles remaining here on the third. Looking for that crossplay, and we get smashed. That was a little bit of a hospital ball. As we get the ricochet off Noah Brown, he scoops it or regathers, and he will score our second try of the match. Man, Nukarima, I feel bad about that. That pass was definitely a hospital pass. Tried putting the footwork on the big man Dylan Napa, and he almost sent us flying to the first row. So after that action-packed start to the first half, the rest was pretty uneventful. We do walk away with the victory though. We get that crucial 2 points in a, I'd say it was a little underwhelming, our performance. We should have, against a team like the Bulldogs, we should have done better, but a win is a win. We'll take that dub. We'll take that 2 points. Fusi Tua will pick up man of the match. And as always, if you want to see more of this New Zealand Warriors career mode, be sure to run it straight at that like button. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you
That's my
later.
team, that's my team. Loyalty over everything, that's my team, that's my team.